Well, hello everybody. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Really great to spend a bit of time chatting. Myself and Mike are going to begin what we hope will be a semi-regular series of videos, depending on how often we remember to make them, where we just provide a bit of insight in the issues and the challenges that recruitment and invoice finance in particular has been facing over the last 12 to 18 months or so. And hopefully there'll be some things in here that will connect with you and that will be of benefit. First of all, introductions. I'm Rich Beresford, Business Development Manager here at Giant Finance. I've been with the business for around about 2 years now. Prior to that, I was working in umbrella payroll. So I've got a lot of experience working with recruitment businesses and supplying to new recruitment businesses in particular.
Thanks, Rich. Mike Boswell. I joined Giant some 4 years ago now. How time flies when you're enjoying yourself. Basically, prior to that, I worked for Lloyds Bank and always at the invoice finance side for more years than I care to mention, but a long time. So yeah, joined the business. We're part of Giant Group. Giant is a business that's been around for 30 years and now actually can provide end-to-end solutions across many different sectors of requirements for recruitment companies. So again, you know, we'll if you want any information, please look us up on the website, etc. But yeah, we can do everything from screening through to finance, obviously with the financing part, through to accountancy, everything that a recruitment company requires.
Yeah. So we're going to spend a bit of time discussing some of the common things, as I've said, that we've encountered over the last 12 months or so. Things like cash flow, credit protection, back office administration, and everything in between, really. We don't want to bang on for too long. Appreciate you've all given a bit of your lunch to join us today. So we'll dive straight in. And firstly, what we want to kick off with is a subject that's always been crucial to any business, not just recruitment businesses, and that's cash flow itself. It's kind of always been a really good indicator of the health of a business, isn't it, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely. And cash flow is king, as you say. But really important at the current point in time, what we're really seeing and why people speak to us at the moment, it really splits into two sectors. People are actually doing really well with a temp recruitment book, and so therefore that comes with its inherent cash flow problems. You've got to pay people on Friday, you've got to obviously extend credit and wait for your money to come in, as a lot of you be aware. But during with COVID, obviously cash flow has been stretched, so people, as they organically grow coming out of COVID, have cash flow requirements that need meeting. But also we've got a lot of people that are coming to us and saying, hey, you know, we were a predominantly perm recruitment company. The business effectively disappeared during COVID. You know, we don't want to get caught out again, and so therefore they're actually looking to build a temp desk to diversify their business, so they've got income generation and profitable business to keep them going come what may. And also people that are working very much in conjunction or on PSLs with a few core clients, and those clients are actually demanding from them that, yeah, not only do we want temp workers from you, but actually we want perm workers from you. We also want temps as well. So to keep yourselves in with your clients, you're almost forced to actually do something which is going to dent your cash flow. And obviously we can provide solutions across that for everybody. Rich, you're seeing the same?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you mentioned it there. I'm seeing a lot of recruitment businesses who have been perm only for years sometimes, and it's never even really been part of their business plan to move over into the temp or interim contingent side, whatever you want to call it. But their clients have been coming to them and saying, look, you know, because of the way the market is at the minute, there's a demand for temporary workers, for interim staff, and so they've kind of had to go with the travel of the market. And looking to move into that side of things, and that's where the cash flow becomes an issue. Because if you don't have, you know, a nice, fat, healthy bank account, then you're going to need support in bridging that cash flow gap between your clients paying and you having to pay out weekly sometimes to your temp. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of it at the minute.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully that resonates with a few people. By the way, if there's any questions, Just go on the chat function, etc. There's a very nice lady in the background called Holly that'll come on with your questions, and we'll try and answer questions as we go along. But on the subject of actually, increased cash flow pressures and climbing out of the current economic climate we're seeing, debt protection, Rich. Okay, we're getting a lot of people speaking to us about that.
Yeah, we are, and this flows on from the cash flow issue. If you are moving into temporary recruitment from Perm, or even if you're just setting up your business from scratch, debtor protection is vital. Can't really stress that enough. In a nutshell, it's bad debt insurance. That's really what we're talking about here, and it's having the security and the knowledge that should your end client get into financial difficulty, as we've seen a lot over the last 12 months, you're not going to be adversely impacted financially. Having that, at the very least, running credit checks on clients is a must, in my opinion. But all of our funding comes with bad debt protection as standard. So all of our funding customers get that bad debt protection in place. So they've got that added sort of safety net, if you like, to protect them should their clients run into financial trouble. That coupled with credit limits, they're the two factors really that can determine the growth of a temporary recruitment agency. And the credit limits obviously determine how much you can trade with an end client. As an example, one customer we brought on recently, a healthcare agency, was with their existing funder. They'd hit a ceiling really in terms of the credit limit available on their biggest client, which was Cohesion, a managed service company. We were able to have a conversation with them. We more than doubled the credit limit available. We've got a really good relationship with our insurers, so we were able to increase that credit limit, and that really meant that they could grow as a business. Coupled with the bad debt protection that we could put in place, increase their cash flow, and then they can make more placements, grow as a business, go out and win more clients, and all of that just was born out of one conversation. That person didn't necessarily realise that there was other options there in terms of increased credit limits. So it's credit limits and bad debt protection are crucial to have in place, but having a good relationship with your funder is also important to be able to increase those credit limits. One quick stat actually regarding insolvencies. Q2 this year was 40% up on last year in terms of company insolvencies in England alone. So that just shows how much of an impact the current economic climate has had on businesses, and that just filters back to you as a recruitment agency. So I think it's crucial to have that credit protection policy in place.
Yeah, absolutely. And with our bulk policies, you will get a very, very good pricing. And as I said, as Rick said, definitely, hopefully, we can increase the flexibility and cover that you'll get through possibly your existing provider.
Yeah, and having got the cash flow in place, bad debt protection comes along with that. What you're likely then going to need support on is back office services and all the admin that goes along with running a recruitment business. You might be a great recruiter, but you need all of that support in the background, and we're seeing more of that come to us as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So on the administration side, just as you don't need us to tell you that effectively trying to get candidates is very, very difficult at the moment. Actually, just getting employees in is very, very difficult. So as you grow, or if you start to move into the temp environment, obviously it comes with its administrative burden. So effectively, you've got obviously the pay and bill that you've got to do. You've got the credit control that you need to do, monitoring your credit protection limits, etc., all your HMRC reporting. And so we've got two types of people that are speaking to us at the moment. People are saying, I need to get into it, I need the know-how, and we can provide you with a one-stop solution and give you a full back office solution. Or actually, again, there are people that are saying we're expanding, our existing resources are getting stretched. We actually can't find staff to come in and do it. Actually, should we look at outsourcing that back office? And we'll work in conjunction with the existing staff in there to give a solution, okay, which effectively gives you 365 cover 24/7, because effectively you're using a team that we've got that will give you enhanced cover to ensure that your business actually has got all the administration that it requires to actually expand.
Yeah, I mean, you're not necessarily an expert in back office and payroll, and why should you? You're a great recruiter. You set up a business. Right, you put it fantastically. Outsource. That's the answer, isn't it?
And as you mentioned, most people who start off a recruitment company usually have a very, very good sales bench stroke recruiter background, and they actually need the help, etc., that someone like yourselves can give. And on the subject of help, etc., key nowadays, Rich, technology.
Yeah, we're seeing it more and more. You only have to go to some of the expos, recruitment expos and conferences out there. Technology dominates, really. There are so many technology solutions, tech companies, providers vying for businesses' attention, because it's almost a prerequisite these days. Yes, it depends on what sector you're in. There are going to be certain sectors that are maybe not quite as sort of future-proof, if you like, in terms of the way they operate. But for the most part, your clients are more and more, they're going to be expecting a really good software solution, a good tech package, and we're talking things like pre-employment screening checks, online timesheet systems, data management, reporting functionality. All of that is almost a requirement now as a business, and getting it right from day one. It's going to save you a lot of headaches compared to trying to retrospectively fit something into your existing processes. So again, try and spend a bit of time early on putting those processes in place. It's going to save you a lot of time further down the line. Our precision system that comes as standard for all of our funding and service only customers pretty much does all of that. It will do all of the candidate management, candidate contract management, online timesheet systems, and we've got some great feedback from our customers about that. But like I said, it's crucial to have that.
On the feedback, I think it's quite interesting. We can be flexible with our clients. You can, unlike some people that say can only use online, we can do bulk timesheets upload and get them in. Actually, we're seeing quite a few of our clients who we've actually worked with them, and they didn't think they could move to online timesheets, and they have managed to do it, saving like 1 to 2 days worth of administration time a week from chasing in timesheets, etc. And also in the precision system, it's got things like, you can set it up that actually the candidates get an email or a text to say when and what they're going to be paid, look and view their pay sheets, their pay slips, etc., which cuts out a lot of that admin that I don't like to call it white noise, because actually it's very key to make sure that your employees and your temps, etc., are happy. But basically, it takes that white noise away, so they actually can self-serve it rather than you having to deal with it.
Yeah, and it's added value as well. If you can go to your clients and say, I can do the recruitment, I can fulfill the brief that you've got, but also look, I'm going to provide all of this software, white labels as ours is, something that can handle online timesheets, as I said, pre-employment checks. You're then going to be adding value to that end client that they didn't necessarily know that they needed, but it's going to save them time as well as you time. So things like that, building up the package, but crucially getting it right for you as a business is key. As I said earlier, there's a lot of companies out there vying for attention, CRMs, phone systems, marketing, all that stuff that, yes, you'll need at some point. But I think getting the right fit for you as a business is as important as getting the technology in place in the first place, because there's overkill potential, isn't it? To sign up to everything there and then, something that you're not going to need for the next 12 to 15 months till you've got to a certain size and scale up. So getting the right package for you is crucial as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, well, look, we wanted to keep this one quite short, so obviously, hopefully it's resonated with yourselves, and actually that's just what we're seeing in the marketplace. The golden nugget is, where do we get temps from? I wish we could help everyone out with that one. I think we'd be very, very, very busy people, rich people, if we could do that. But those are really the cash flow, the data protection, administration and technology, some of the things that we're actually seeing and talking to our prospects in daily, and how we can actually provide solutions to them. And so hopefully that's resonated with you. I mean, hopefully this will develop into a regular session, as Rich said. We haven't quite got to the click and subscribe button on YouTube yet, etc. But I'm pretty certain you will get a copy of this presentation. Or this webinar, sorry, and actually ask for a bit of feedback. If you give a bit of feedback, positive and negative, so we can develop it, so hopefully it becomes a useful tool for you. Right. That'd be really, really appreciated. And from Rich and myself, thank you very, very much for dialing in. Hopefully, see you on the next one. Thank you.
Thanks all.